Tell me a Parsha story. Welcome to Parashat House.
Meet Sammy. Sammy is a stone cutter. And Sammy takes his pick every morning and goes bing, 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 bing against the mountain. It takes a lot of pinging, a lot of banging, but slowly, Sammy gets to see the progress of his work. On this particular Monday morning, Sammy was in a bad mood. Sammy was feeling grouchy. Sammy was feeling unhappy. I don't like being a stone cutter. I'm hot. I'm working so hard. It takes so long to see progress in my work. I am just unhappy with my life right now. And then Sammy noticed that down on the very bottom of the mountain, there was a royal entourage passing by. There was a king on his chariot, and so many people came out to greet the king and to say hello, and the king was getting so much attention. And Sammy said, "Do you know what I wish? I just wish that instead of being a stone cutter, I could be a king. How wonderful that would be." And poof, suddenly, Sammy was a king, all royally garbed, with a very fancy crown, sitting on a chariot, and he thought, this is the best. It's so comfortable on this chariot. And check that out. There's a soda fountain right here. I could pick Sprite, Coke, orange. Wow. Oh, I just love being a king. But then it started getting a little hot. You know, the king's fancy clothes, they're mostly made out of polyester. That doesn't do so well in the heat. And Sammy's like, I don't know. Maybe I don't really want to be a king after all. It's so sweaty and hot. No, I am unhappy being a king. I do not want to be a king. You know what? I always thought kings were so powerful, but they're not more powerful than the sun, because the sun is making me so uncomfortable as a king. I wish that I could be the sun. Poof. Guess what? Sammy was no longer a king. He was now the sun. And he said, "Wow, this is amazing. I'm so powerful and strong, and I get to send the strength of the heat of the rays of my sun all around and bring heat to the world." Sammy was really enjoying being the powerful sun. But then some clouds moved in front of the sun, and as hard as Sammy tried to get his rays through the clouds, he was able to do it a little bit, but he was being blocked by the clouds. Sammy said, "I don't want to be a sun. I don't like that the cloud is getting right in front of me with more power and more importance. I would much rather be a cloud." And can you guess what happened next? You got it. Sammy was a cloud. He had so much fun dropping rain in various places. I'm going to move right over here and there'll be some rain. And then I'm going to move over here and let some of the water down. Oh, that was really fun. Ooh, being a cloud is wet and cool, and I'm really enjoying it. Until the wind came. Uh-oh. wind started blowing the cloud. Sammy said, I guess the cloud isn't everything I had thought it was. It's not so powerful. I wish that I were the wind. Poof. Sammy the stonecutter is the wind. And Sammy was loving it. Wow, look at those waves in the ocean. And look what I'm able to do to all those tall, strong trees. Look how their branches and leaves are moving in the wind. And then Sammy said, uh-oh, there's a mountain. It's a big one. And as much as the wind is trying to push the mountain, it's not powerful enough to move the mountain. So I don't want to be the wind. I prefer to be the mountain. And Sammy was the mountain. Wow, this feels strong. This feels fun. Ouch! Ouch! What is that? Ping, ping, ping. I'm such a strong, big mountain, and I'm being irritated and annoyed by being poked by a chisel. That must be a chisel. And a pick. Oh my goodness, it's not so comfortable. Who is that doing that? Oh, the stonecutter. The stonecutter has so much power. Sammy said, I don't want to be a mountain. I wish I were a stonecutter. And poof! Sammy the stonecutter was a stonecutter. Wow, he wanted to be something else when really it was best for him to just be the best version of himself. In this week's Parsha, we meet a man named Korach who operated from a place of jealousy. Rather than being happy with who he was and what he could contribute, he was looking at everybody else. And he made it as if he cared about all of the people's honor and fairness and justice for all of the people. But what was motivating him was his very own jealousy. Because you see, Kahat had 4 sons. And one of those sons were Korach's father. His name was Yitzhar. The oldest son of Kahat was Amram. Amram was the father of Moshe and Aaron and Miriam. Then came Yitzhar, who was the father of Korach. Then came Hebron, and then came Uziel. So the fact that Moshe and Aaron came from Amram, he really couldn't argue because Amram was the Behor, was the oldest. But you see, Hashem had instructed Moshe to appoint Elitzaphan from the family of Uziel to be the Nasi for the Kahat family. And that was when Korach lost it. What? Somebody's being appointed from the youngest son? My father is the second son. I should receive that appointment. And instead of Korach looking into himself, seeing the special gifts that he had and that he could contribute, his jealousy brought him to very, very bad places. Each and every one of us is blessed with special gifts, with special talents, and instead of expending energy wishing we were somebody else, wishing we had what somebody else had, my bracha to all of us is that we look inside of ourselves and are very happy with what we can contribute and bring to the world. Look at Sammy the stonecutter. He ended up being happiest being Sammy the stonecutter. Happy summer, and I want to wish a Shabbat Shalom to all.